And now from McAllen City Hall, a meeting of the McAllen City Commission.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's City Commission meeting. We'll begin with a Pledge of Allegiance, followed by invocation by Commissioner, I guess Joaquin's not here.
Sebi.
Oh,
Sebi?
yeah.
Sebi Haddad. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, as we gather for this meeting, we humbly seek your guidance and wisdom. Bless this commission with clarity, compassion, and insight as we make decisions that shape the future of our community. Grant us wisdom to prioritize the well-being of all residents and to work together in unity and harmony. May our actions reflect your loving grace, fostering a city where all can thrive. May it be a time of cooperation and progress for the betterment of McAllen. Amen.
Amen. We have a few proclamations, and generally these proclamations are proclamations, generally times of happiness and joy. And most of the time, when we have proclamations, whenever I present a proclamation, I always start that. It's a pleasure and an honor to read a proclamation. Well, today, unfortunately, regretfully, we are going to have a proclamation for one of our heroes. And I guess I will have the honor of reading today's proclamation. The family of Corporal McAllen Maya. Please come up. Again, regretfully, we have Corporal Maya, I think you all know, served our country and served it well. A lot of the times we have our police officers or firefighters, we have men and women that throughout or give their lives for our freedom, for our way of life. And even though we sometimes don't think about it, things happen like this. And today we want to honor him and his family. Now we'll read a proclamation. With deep regret, we announce the death of U.S. Marine Corporal Miguel Angel Maya, a UAH-1 aircraft avionics technician and Texas native. Corporal Miguel Angel Maya was a McAllen native who graduated from Sherland High School and subsequently graduated from the Center for Naval Aviation Technical Training. Corporal Maya enlisted in the Marine Corps on April 27, 2020, as an aircraft avionics technician. On November 2023, he was appointed to the Marine Light Attack Helicopter Training Squadron 303, Marine Aircraft Group 39, 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing. During his enlistment, he was awarded several distinguished awards and medals, such as Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal, Global War on Terrorist Service Medal, and National Defense Service Medal. It is important to understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, sacrifices, and selfless service in the defense of freedom. The city of McAllen will forever be indebted to him for his integrity, his courage, and his accomplishments as a United States Marine and citizen. As a mark of respect for the memory of Corporal Maya, the McAllen City Commission would like to encourage everyone to join in recognition and tribute to the survivors of our fallen hero, Corporal Miguel Angel Maya, whose last day of service was April 23rd, 2024. Now, therefore, I, Javier Villalobos, Mayor of the City of McAllen, by the authority vested in me, and on behalf of the City Commission, do hereby proclaim May the 13th, 2024, as Corporal Miguel Angel Maya Day.
tardes a todos. Regularmente las personas que me conocen saben que todo lo que expreso es de mi corazón y regularmente no escribo, pero esta vez no quise que se me pasara absolutamente nada. Buenas tardes a todos los presentes. Antes que todo quiero agradecer su presencia en esta tarde para honrar el nombre de mi hijo Miguel Ángel Maya González, quien falleció este 23 de abril en cumplimiento de su deber sirviendo a su país. Y es un orgullo para mí, su madre, seguir honrando la memoria de mi hijo, un hijo bueno y valiente y guerrero, de un corazón inmenso y lleno de valores y principios. Gran hijo, esposo, padre, hermano y amigo. Miguel se llevó una parte de mi vida, pero me prometía que hasta el último día honraría su memoria como el héroe que fue y que vivirá en nuestros corazones para siempre. Quiero agradecer principalmente por todas las muestras de cariño y respeto y solidaridad a la ciudad de McAllen, a mi familia, amigos y a todos ustedes, al igual a Donald Road Station, a American Legion Post 37, a McAllen Elks Lodge 1402, a Albert Ogden, a los marinos Camp Pendleton que vinieron desde allá a honrar a mi hijo y a darle honores, y a todos los veteranos que estuvieron presentes en el funeral de mi hijo. Gracias a todos por estar esta tarde aquí. Me mantengo firme, honrando la memoria de mi hijo, muriendo como un héroe ante su patria. Que Dios los bendiga y que nos siga bendiciendo a cada uno de nosotros. Muchas gracias.
A hometown hero has returned to McAllen after making the ultimate sacrifice. The city of McAllen is proud to honor Corporal Miguel Ángel Maya Jr., a McAllen native who died unexpectedly on April 23rd at Marine Corps Air Station, Camp Pendleton, California. A decorated Marine, Corporal Maya was part of the Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 303, Marine Aircraft Group 39, 3rd Marine Aircraft Wing. Corporal Maya was laid to rest with full military honors on May 9th at Valley Memorial Gardens in Mission with his loving family and friends, fellow U.S. Marines, veterans, and residents who honored his service for the United States of America. On behalf of the McAllen City Commission, City Administration, staff, and residents of the City of McAllen, we will always be grateful for Corporal Maya's dedicated service and sacrifice for his country.
Should we do it here? If we can move this? Pienso que sería mejor. And again, we thank Corporal Maya for his services. Next, we have Peace Officers Memorial Week, Commissioner Aguirre.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nothing is appropriate after what we just went through, but this proclamation is a proclamation that is well-deserved, and it falls in line with what we go through as a community, as a nation, as a country that tries to protect this whole world, and we do our part in our city. This is a proclamation, State of Texas and the County of Hidalgo, in the city of McAllen, whereas in conjunction with the National Police Week, the President of the United States has designated the week of May the 12th as Peace Officers Memorial Week. And whereas it is important to understand the duties, responsibilities, hazards, and sacrifices of our law enforcement agencies, and whereas the members of the McAllen Police Department play an essential role in safeguarding the rights and freedoms of our citizens and recognize their duty to safeguard life, property, while protecting them from violence and disorder, protecting the innocent from deception and the weak against oppression. And whereas the city of McAllen commemorates law enforcement officers, past and present, who by their faithful and loyal devotion of to their responsibilities have rendered a dedicated service to their communities, and in doing so have established for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. And whereas the McAllen City Commission would like to encourage everyone to join in recognition and in tribute to the survivors of our fallen heroes, Federico R. Sainz, whose last day of service was March the 26th, 1933, Rosalín Suarez Jr., whose last day of service was May the 19th, 1981, and Reynaldo V. Lopez, whose last day of service was July 10th, 1993, Edelmiro Garza Jr., whose last day of service was July 11th, 2020, and Ismael Z. Chavez, whose last day of service was July 11th, also of 2020. Now, therefore, I, Tony Aguirre, Jr., City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, by authority and vested in me on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, we hereby proclaim the week of May the 12th to the 18th, 2024 as Peace Officers Memorial Week.
Commissioner Aguirre, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the Commission, City Manager, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here. In this great country we call the United States of America, we enjoy freedoms that are unmatched anywhere else in the world. Men and women have fought and have died to preserve our way of life. We know them as service persons today. We know those that have served in the past as veterans. We are forever grateful to every one of them that served in those capacities. Now, at home, these liberties are guarded by a thin blue line. We know that those that choose to be part of that thin blue line, we know them as police officers. They wear uniforms of all shades and colors. They wear plain clothes, but they are the men and women in blue. And when this thin blue line is broken, harm, violence, and death befall our communities and our police officers. Sadly, our police officers are assaulted or killed while on the line of duty, and this happens far too often. At McAllen, when that thin blue line was broken, 5 McAllen police officers died. During this week, we honor them, and we honor all those who have paid the ultimate price so that we can live in the country that we so dearly love. We invite all of you to join us to mark this solemn week and this solemn day, which we use to honor those that have lost their lives so that we may live in the way that we do. But we also use this day to celebrate those that continue to serve and those men and women we call the thin blue line that rise every day to preserve the peace at home and the peace abroad. We invite you to join us May 15th, this is Wednesday, at 11:15 at the McAllen Public Safety Building for a brief ceremony in honor of all who have died and in honor of those who continue to serve. We'll have a brief lunch right afterwards. We invite all of you to join us, and may God bless you and be with you always. Thank you.
Next, we have National Public Works Week. Commissioner Castillo.
City of McAllen Proclamation. State of Texas, County of Hidalgo, and City of McAllen. Whereas the public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are a vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of McAllen. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are responsible for rebuilding, improving and protecting our nation's transportation, water treatment and distribution, wastewater collection, transmission and treatment, stormwater facilities, solid waste debris collection and disposal, recycling collection and processing, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in McAllen to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest and understanding of the importance of public works programs and in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2024 marks the 9th annual National Public Works Week at the City of McAllen, sponsored by the American Public Works Association. And whereas this week we pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees and recognize the substantial contributions they have made to our national health, safety, welfare, and quality of life. Now, therefore, I, Rodolfo Rudy Castillo, City Commission of the City of McAllen, Texas, by the virtue of authority vested in me and on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim May 19th to the 25th, 2024 as National Public Works Week.
Thank you so much, Mayor, City Commissioners, City Management, for this proclamation, but also for your support and the respect that you extend to our Public Works team. this 9th annual block party allows us the opportunity to showcase the work that we do behind the scenes every single day, preparing your streets and your alleys and your garbage collection and your recycling programs and all the sustainable projects that we are in charge of. Of course, we don't do this alone. Not one department can. And so at this time, I also want to say thank you to engineering, traffic, parks, code enforcement, police, fire, convention center, and MCN, who helps us convey the message. So we want to invite you to come on over to Public Works on Saturday, May 18th from 9 to 12 noon. We're going to have a free event, free food. Everybody likes free food, free music. We're going to show some exhibits of the equipment that we use every day to provide the services we do for our community, and educational booths and giveaways. We invite you to go to the McAllen Public Works net page and let's keep McAllen shining. Right, Mayor? Thank you. See? Hi.
Okay, and next we have Junior League of McAllen Day, Commissioner Aguirre.
Come on.
Yeah.
See. How's everyone? Well, there's a lot of things happening today, but volunteerism is what's made a major impact in our beautiful city throughout the years. Volunteerism is just been part of what McAllen has that's how we flourish, that's why we've done things, that's why we love where we live, that's why we do the things that we do. And, we witnessed some things today, and we cherished and live in this beautiful city that we call McAllen. This proclamation is for the McAllen Junior League, or the Junior League of McAllen. I'm going to explain to y'all where and how it came about, but it has been one of the most important organizations in this community for years and years and years. Whereas the Junior League of McAllen has been a beacon of service and dedication to the city of McAllen and its surrounding communities since 1938. And it's celebrating 85 years of volunteerism. The organization consistently strives to make a positive impact and foster growth to both its volunteers and its community. And whereas the Junior League of McAllen has a rich legacy of hard work, commitment, exemplified by the instrumental role in establishing initiatives, and developments that have become integral parts of this community's fabric. Through the tireless effort of the Junior League of McAllen, iconic landmarks such as the International Museum of Arts, IMAS, has been brought to fruition, providing enriching cultural experiences to generations upon generations, and many more to come. Whereas the Junior League of McAllen initiatives over the years, such as the Children's Discovery Pavilion and the Rioscape Children's Discovery Park, have enhanced the quality of life for families and children in our community, fostering creativity, learning, and exploration. The annual Dias Festivos Marketplace event was made possible through the dedication of the Junior League of McAllen and became a cherished tradition, bringing together vendors from across Texas and beyond to celebrate the holiday season and create lasting memories. And whereas the Junior League of McAllen's commitment to education and outreach is exemplified by initiatives such as the Children's Arts and Literacy Festival, providing free hands-on activities and literacy programs for all ages, as well as partnerships with local businesses and public schools for story time events. And whereas fundraising efforts have not only raised awareness and vital funds for community projects, but also provided scholarships for graduating high school students and grants for community organizations, furthering educational opportunities and supporting essential services. The members of the Junior League, past, present, and partnerships, and providing valuable training opportunities during challenging times, and notably during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Junior League is committed to continuing its legacy of service and inspiring women to embrace their community and work towards bringing stronger, more vibrant communities. Now, therefore, I, Tony Aguirre Jr., City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, by virtue of its authority vested in me on behalf of the Mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim May the 13th, Junior League of McAllen Day.
Sorry, I have my notes on my phone, but before I say a little something, I do want to give the family, Corporal Miguel Maya, from one Gold Star person to another, my condolences, and all those in the blue who has fallen, my condolences as well. So good afternoon again, esteemed members of council, distinguished guests, and our fellow Junior Leaguers here. We gather here today on this special occasion. Not only I'm filled on the sense of pride and gratitude to stand before you as the 85th president of Junior League McAllen under our theme, Bloom Where You Are Planted. Today marks a momentous day as we recognize for our contribution to the community of Junior League McAllen Day. Throughout the years, our league has been a beacon of hope, dedication, and service in our beloved city and beyond. We have not only created memories, but have also made tangible impacts through our actions, events, and initiatives. Embracing the sense of bloom where you're planted, we've nurtured our community and allowed it to flourish regardless of the challenges we faced. Our commitment to continued growth, support, and self-development has been unwavering, shaping the very fabric of our community. Like flowers in a garden, we've shown resilience, adapting to our environment, and thriving amidst adversity. As we reflect past years, we see a tapestry of woven threads of dedication and resilience. Our league has flourished, continued, along with many members for provisionals, actives, tenure actives, and our sustainers. Together, we embrace the mission and vision of Junior League McAllen, enriching the lives as we serve and leaving a mark on our city and our surrounding sister cities. So we are deeply honored our league this year of 2023-2024 under the theme Bloom Where You're Planted, and we're humbled of opportunity to work alongside such great individuals. Without the possibility of the steadfast community, we want to highly recognize our community leaders, local businesses, but most importantly, our families and our community families for allowing us with open arms as we don our yellow aprons. As you can see, we symbolize not only commitment to service, but our unity together with Junior League of McAllen. So we hope to continue our values of leadership, compassion, empowering each other, and the legacy to continue on. Thank you.
Next we have Historic Preservation Month, Commissioner Cabeza de Vaca.
Good afternoon. Hombre, aquí estoy, brother.
Thank you. That was the point.
Hey, got you, Brad. Got you. Man, history, heritage is what shapes our people and our community. Very happy to read this proclamation. State of Texas, County of Hidalgo, City of McAllen. Whereas the National Trust for Historic Preservation established May as Historic Preservation Month in 1973. That's my age. There you go. Just not too long ago then. Yeah. Yes, there. As a way to promote historic places for the purpose of installing nation and community pride, promoting heritage tourism, and showing the social and economic benefits of historic preservation. And whereas Historic Preservation Month can instill awareness of the local historically significant buildings and landmarks to the residents of McAllen and surrounding communities. And whereas historic preservation is relevant for communities across the nation, both urban and rural, and for Americans of all ages, all walks of life, and all ethnic backgrounds. And whereas it is important to celebrate the role of history in our lives and the contributions made by dedicated individuals in helping to preserve the tangible aspects of the heritage that has shaped us as people. And whereas McAllen continues to demonstrate its commitment to preservation as it grows and develops, through historic surveys, nomination of significant cultural resources to the state and national register of historic places, adopting a historic preservation ordinance, and creating the Las Palmas Historic District. Now thereof, I, Pepe Cabeza de Vaca, City Commissioner of the City of McAllen, Texas, by virtue of the authority vested in me, and on behalf of our mayor and the City Commission, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as Historic Preservation Month. Thank you for all you do, gentlemen.
And I will be very brief. First, would like to thank the mayor and the city commission for this proclamation. Our history, our physical history, is too easily lost and usually ignored, and hopefully this proclamation will bring some visibility and some importance to what little physical history that this city still has, because we can't make any more physical history. So with that, again, on behalf of the Historical Preservation Commission, we'd like to thank the mayor and city commission for bringing this proclamation, and hopefully it will bring new light to our quest to preserve what little physical history that we have. Thank you.
And finally, we have Stroke Awareness Month, Mayor Pro Tem Quintanilla.
Good afternoon, everyone. The following proclamation is about our health and important to keep in mind. Whereas strokes are the leading cause of long-term disability and the third leading cause of death in the state of Texas. And whereas in the United States, about 795,000 people suffer a stroke each year. Someone has a stroke every 40 seconds, and every 4 minutes, someone dies from a stroke. And whereas in the Rio Grande Valley, approximately 3,600 people are hospitalized annually due to a stroke, in which there were at least 196 deaths in 2023. And whereas there are life-saving treatments that must be administered as soon as possible, and in the Rio Grande Valley, only about 17% of patients suffering from a stroke arriving at a hospital within 1 hour of their stroke onset, because the community members do not recognize stroke or understand the importance of calling 911 immediately. And whereas DHR Health is certified by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services and the Joint Commission as a comprehensive stroke center, providing the most advanced stroke care available. And whereas the stroke warning signs can be recognized using the acronym BFAST: balance, eyes, face, arm, speech, and time, which includes sudden numbness or weakness of face, arm, or leg, especially on one side of the body, sudden confusion, trouble speaking or understanding, sudden trouble seeing in one or both eyes, sudden trouble walking with dizziness, loss of balance or coordination, and sudden severe headaches with no known cause. And whereas increasing awareness about stroke prevention and warning signs and symptoms of stroke, the importance of calling 911 as soon as possible if stroke systems are present, and the availability of advanced stroke care services in the community can save lives and reduce disability caused by stroke. Now therefore, I, Omar Quintanilla, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of McAllen, Texas, by virtue and authority vested in me and on behalf of the Mayor and City Commission, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2024 as Stroke Awareness Month.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Commission. And I know today was a very, very important meeting, and we're glad that we are part of it. My name is Mario Liscano. I'm the Administrator of Corporate Affairs for DHR Health. And today, we're not only here to bring awareness, but we're also celebrating its National Hospital Week. So all health systems are celebrating all the men and women that are out there ensuring of our safety in our community. One thing that I wanted to do is we're very grateful that one of our physicians was able to join us and wanted to be part of this meeting to ensure that we have that support from not only all our staff, but also from all our medical staff and our physicians. So I'd like to ask for Dr. Ferranes to please say a few words on behalf of our hospital. And again, we want to make sure that we continue to thank the City of McAllen for always allowing us to bring not only observation and awareness, but the education that we want to go ahead and pass on. Doctor.
We want to thank you to the City of McAllen Commission and the Mayor for this opportunity. Basically, Mr. Quintanilla said most of the things that we usually said when we talk about awareness and stroke. The May of month was made the National Stroke Awareness Month in 1989 through a presidential proclamation. And since then, we use this month to join forces with the community to increase awareness about the symptoms of strokes, about prevention, and about treatment. And just one quick example of why to be fast is important. For each minute that you are suffering a stroke, and that I mean one artery is occluded and your brain is not getting enough blood, you are losing 1 million neurons. So that is a very, very important fact that you have to keep in mind, to act fast and get help fast, and there is always a hope of a better outcome when you reach the right place on the right time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll continue with the rest of the agenda. Item 1, public hearings.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. Tonight, we only have one item under routine. It does come with a favorable recommendation from Planning and Zoning Commission and had no opposition. It is a conditional use permit request for life of the use for an auto service and repair shop at 3601 State Highway 107.
Okay, do we have anybody speak against the item? Anybody to speak against the item? Commission? So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item B.
Sir, this is an initial zoning to R3A at 2600 Sprague. This property is located on the north side of Sprague, approximately 900 feet east of North 29th. The tract does total approximately 14.6 acres. The adjacent zoning is R3A to the west, R1 to the north and south, and then ETJ to the east. The applicant is requesting R3A for a proposed fourplex development. The development trend in the area is single-family homes, the duplex development that's to the west, and then vacant land. The item was presented at the April 16th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. There was no opposition at that meeting, and it was unanimously recommended for approval. Since then, we did receive a petition in opposition. The planning department checked the numbers. It did not trigger supermajority requirement, but I believe there's one person at least here in opposition.
Certainly. Anybody to speak against the item? Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
If you come up to the podium and just give us your name and address for the record, please. You'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Hello, Mr. Mayor and fellow commissioners. My name is Miguel Noriega. I live in 10700 North 28th Street, which is just across the street from this proposed fourplex. All right. We, the residents of Quail Crossing, are deeply concerned about the proposed construction of apartments adjacent to our community. Our properties range value from $500,000 to $1.5 million, a testament to our hard work and commitment towards building a peaceful and prosperous neighborhood. These developments threaten our peaceful residential environment and can potentially lead to increased traffic congestion and noise pollution. Adding apartments will only exacerbate this issue. Furthermore, increase in population density constrain local resources such as schools, emergency services, which are already operating at near capacity levels. The introduction to apartments into this area could potentially lower property values due to the increased density and traffic congestion. According to a study on the Appraisal Journal, proximity to high-density housing can decrease single-family homes by as much as 13%. Furthermore, such developments often lead to overcrowding in local schools and strained public services. We urge local government officials to reconsider this plan and prioritize preserving our community's tranquility over further urbanization. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else speak against the item?
We're in opposition. We live in the neighborhood.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Jorge Vidal, 2605 Brazos. I live also across the street, and I want to echo the comments of Miguel. We are concerned with the increase in traffic. I can tell you from experience the water pressure is less than optimal in the house, and just adding more and more housing will not help to the issue. But we're concerned with traffic, emergency services, and so we're in opposition to the project. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies?
Basically the same opposition, especially we were unaware that duplexes are being built across the street right next to where this proposed rezoning is. That is significantly increasing the residents in the area. Sprague is a very narrow road, and you know, our community is very peaceful. We have a great park next to it. It's other subdivisions are developing around it, very nice. This will it will change the environment. I did not buy a home out there thinking that apartments would pop up next to it. So I hope you all really consider this.
Ma'am, if we could just get your name for the record.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tiffany Horn at 2713 Brazos Avenue.
Thank you.
Voy a hablar en español porque se me... pues igual, estamos muy preocupados por este desarrollo que se está haciendo justo al lado de nuestra colonia, sobre todo porque toda la comunidad, la mayoría tenemos hijos chicos, donde van mucho al parque que está en la colonia. Y nos preocupa también pues la tranquilidad que tenemos ahorita en nuestra comunidad. Estos departamentos son, al parecer, muchas unidades. Entonces, reitero lo que dicen mis vecinos, se va a complicar más el tráfico, los recursos y pues la seguridad en general de la zona. En la zona se están construyendo muchas subdivisiones, más o menos del mismo tamaño de casas o de single families. Y esto, la verdad que pues también va a traer, va a bajar el valor de nuestras propiedades en general. Entonces, estamos también, mi nombre es Susana de la Garza, estamos también en oposición a este desarrollo que se está a punto de comenzar. Gracias.
Gracias.
Anybody else against?
My name is Carlos Lee, and I live on Lot 19, and I also, with my neighbors, los apoyo a ellos también en eso. Es todo lo que tengo que decir. Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you. Anybody else against? What about the applicant? The applicant here? Okay, commission, questions, comments, or?
Edgar, what is it? I'm sorry, to the west?
It is a duplex development. It's also R3A since they were going to try to detach it, but yes.
And so they want to do apartments over here? They want to
No,
do
sir.
duplex over here?
Detached duplexes.
The fourplex.
Yes, sir.
So it's already been approved just to the west of it.
Correct.
But is that one just flat out, or it has a mechanism to make sure it's going to be duplexes?
No, it's just the zoning. There is no PUD, if that's kind of what you're
Yeah,
alluding
PUD.
to. No, sir.
How long ago was that subdivision approved?
About a year ago.
The 438?
Yes, sir.
To the west?
They're already doing the infrastructure, and they should be recording pretty soon.
Well, it looks like from the pictures, they're already doing the
Site
site
work.
work.
Yes, sir.
on-
So I will, let me also say this for the benefit of the public too. So this property that we're discussing today is ETJ. In the county, there is no zoning. So there are very few restrictions and controls that the city can have over the property if it maintains in the county. Whereas if it does come into the city and it's annexed, then our zoning requirements rule over it, and we have a little bit more control. It could still be apartments should this not be accepted.
That's what I was going to say. When I saw that it wasn't annexed yet, which I was surprised on 29th and Sprague. I didn't realize our ETJ, it seems we're growing pretty quickly, but with county, they could do this already without adding the requirements that the city would require, which would actually be a bigger say-so in the traffic concerns.
Correct.
The utility concerns, lighting, sidewalks, all of that, right? So, obviously, annexation also benefits the city of McAllen.
Do they understand the concern? I guess.
Would that be in the ETJ, in the county?
I don't think they have, sir.
I guess that's one of the things we're looking at. Right now, it's in the ETJ.
Correct.
So the county, they could develop, they could do these type of things, and with even less restrictions,
Correct.
less
Requirements.
worse in reality, infrastructure than if we do it.
Correct.
Okay. Let's see, one of the individuals that spoke, could you all please come up? That's good. We're trying to make sure, a lot of the times, we always want to listen to the issues that the constituents have. However, sometimes the constituents don't quite realize the ramifications of us deciding the way you all want us to decide. If, for example, we decide and say, you know what, we agree with you all, then the developers could potentially develop what they want to develop anyway with less restrictions because they're not inside the city right now. And could be more detrimental to what you're looking at or to what you're complaining of than if we accept it and approve it. Do you all understand?
So would there have to be approval if you
Yes.
did approve this for apartments? Would that be the next step?
So this would rezone it to allow apartments. They would still need they'd have to go through the entire subdivision process, which is what dictates the density, the plan that would go in, the roads, fire systems that are needed, sidewalks, landscaping, all of that is through the subdivision and planning phase.
Widening of
This
the
is
road is
only,
needed.
this is only rezoned.
There's gonna they're gonna have to widen the road.
But I think what the mayor is telling you, it's a bit of a predicament because the developer could actually move forward without coming to the city of McAllen.
And build more
He could
colonial
He
style
could get a
type of
permit
deal.
from the county because this right now is a county property. But they would have less stringent requirements in proceeding with the county. So by us annexing the property, it then requires the applicant to go through our subdivision process, which has significantly more control as to how it develops.
Basically, you'll be more
We're not
protected.
against more development, construction, but we're proposing single family.
That's right, but with this
We
being,
preserve the same,
with this being in the ETJ, we couldn't, if we were to deny this, it just wouldn't get annexed, and they could still do multifamily, is what we're saying.
That's the thing.
And
And with us,
lesser
we'll be more,
quality.
It doesn't-
more protected in your way because we have more restrictions than the county does. County goes by
What's
state.
their benefit of getting it through McAllen and not the county?
Well, usually it's a better quality construction, more requirements.
For the builder, though.
Well, and that they could usually sell better if they do it right with proper drainage, water, everything compared to colonial style type of building that you see outside of the city limits a lot of the time.
And the benefit to them is the services that we have to
Services.
provide. Fire, police, code enforcement, and so on.
Trash and sanitation, they get access to those services by annexing, which is what most people who either would rent or purchase or make an investment property would want.
So the issue you all have right now is that you're right next to, at the city limit. So somebody can go develop something that probably is not very appealing to the eye.
No, we're making them annex, and they're willing to annex into the city.
The applicant's proposing to annex.
Annex, yeah.
And
To
as
do
the
it.
city manager, it's because they're probably looking to get the services for the subdivision. But should they not annex, and even a denial here from us does not restrict them from doing multifamily and doing single family. It wouldn't hold them to that.
And that has to be approved or no? They could just do it?
They
If
can
they
just-
didn't
There's
get
no,
the
there's
annex?
no zoning in the county.
There's no zoning in the
There's no
county.
zoning in the county.
The
That's
lesser
the
evils.
predicament.
Yeah, they could
The
be
property.
commercial,
They
they could
can
be a
be
gas
commercial.
station.
So in other words, this kind of protects you more. Contrary to what you think, it kind of protects you.
They can certainly come and talk to me tomorrow.
On the table?
Yeah, Edgar can explain a little bit more in detail on the thing, but it's in your best benefit for us to do it and move forward than to stop it and then do it county style or with the county rules, which are less stringent than what the city have.
So in other words, we have right now no authority to tell them how to do it. Once they come in, then we tell them, hey, you have to at least do it right.
And doing it right means no low-income housing, or is there a minimum
Well,
standard?
then you have the standards, and if it's around a decent area, it's gonna be nice developments. So,
There was a mention of widening the roads. There's going to be multifamily construction there. I know there's a project down by the Tres Lagos subdivision that the city came in and just took half the people's backyards. Is that something, a possibility that can happen on Sprague Road?
It's on their side.
Their subdivision already dedicated what's
Yes.
required. These new subdivisions would have to get their half.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already there.
in other words, we're trying to protect you. And sometimes I say, sometimes we have to do things to protect you when you don't even know about it.
But it is an odd situation because the property is currently on county property, and so it
I
doesn't,
thought
a
it was
denial.
county.
Hoping we explained that well, I am gonna make a motion to approve
Second.
the rezoning.
Yeah, but any question that you have, go with Edgar and his staff, and they'll be willing to go ahead step by step with you guys.
Thank you for your
Okay?
time.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
Certainly.
Thank you for coming.
There being a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Next item.
Sir, next item is a rezoning from R1 to C3 at 2804 North Ware Road. This property is located on the southeast corner of North Ware Road in Camellia. It measures 0.8 acres. Adjacent zoning is R1 to the west, south, and east, C1 to the north. Surrounding uses include single-family home, a church, and an apartment complex. The applicant is requesting C3 for a commercial plaza. The item was presented at the April 16th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. There was one neighbor in opposition citing traffic issues and then issues with the neighboring apartment complex. Staff, however, after their analysis, we recommend disapproval of C3, but an approval of a C3L. The applicant was in favor of that, or in agreement rather, and P&Z unanimously recommended C3L.
Okay. Anybody here to speak against the item? Anybody against the item?
I would make a motion to approve staff recommendation C3L.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Against? Motion carries. Item 3.
Item 3 is currently tabled. It's a C3L to R3A. It's ready to be untabled.
There a motion to untable?
So moved.
All in favor? Against? Motion carries. Is untabled. Yes,
Sir. So this property is located on the east side of North Ware Road, just south of Buddy Owens. It measures 4.22 acres. Adjacent zoning is C3 to the west and south, C1, C2, and C3 to the north, and then AO to the east. Surrounding uses include the Boys and Girls Club, commercial land, as well as vacant. The applicant is requesting R3A for a senior residential apartment complex. It's a tax credit development. The item was presented at the May 7th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. There was no opposition, and it was unanimously recommended for approval.
Anybody speak against the item? Anybody to speak against the item? Not?
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. I need a motion to amend the zoning ordinance
So
of the
moved.
city of McAllen.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item D.
This is a public hearing and ordinance for the annexation of the 4.65 acre tract at 2600 Sprague Road. Again, this property is located on the north side of Sprague Road. Totals 4.65 acres. The applicant's request for R3A zoning was approved earlier this meeting. We do recommend annexation.
So moved. Second.
Well, anybody speak against the item? Okay. There being a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. Item consent agenda, do we need to pull anything out? Items A through?
H.
Nope.
Through H. If not, do I hear a motion to approve items A through H?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item 3A.
3A is award of contract for the purchase of a perimeter fencing at Convention Center grounds.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the commission. We've been working with several vendors in trying to get a permanent fencing in the perimeter around the highly trafficked area at the convention center. Anytime we have a special event, we always come in with temporary fencing. Many of the concerns we have is temporary fencing makes it look more like a construction zone than a special event. And
I think initially we had said no, but then after a while we said, hey, let's get into it. What do we have?
So we're looking at a proposal from Hurricane Fence out of Harlingen, Texas. They are a cooperative vendor, and we're looking at aluminum square tubing, and this first one is just for the perimeter fencing. We also are working with several vendors on getting quotes for masonry columns throughout the property and gates to come in the future. Staff recommends approval, and the item is a buy board proposal that we have in the amount of $188,500.
Any questions?
I'm sorry, $136,723.
Roy, is this what we
Yes, sir.
workshopped at?
Yes, sir. This came to a workshop to you several months back. And we showed you where the perimeter was going to be and an example of the fence, and it was approved to move forward.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the mayor stated, I remember we first said no. I guess it was agreed upon. Maybe I felt like it remained ambiguous and kind of outstanding, but
No, it was actually requested as a future agenda item to bring back.
okay.
And we brought it back, and the commission agreed to move forward.
No, I'm in favor of the fencing. I just want to make sure that it is something that's appropriate for the
Yeah, it'll be very tasteful.
tasteful?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good.
No chain link.
Por favor.
Hopefully not.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
One nay.
One nay.
I wasn't crazy about it. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
that. It was the whole closing at a certain time thing, but maybe we'll come up to that later.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank
A
you.
water contract for a custom designed bird bath bronze sculpture trail at Quinta Mazatlan.
So this is in addition to the existing bronze sculptures over at Quinta Mazatlan. This is a bird bath, and Douglas Clark is the artist, and we want to continue. The Friends of Quinta have raised the funds or received the funds in donations, so staff recommends approval of a contract for the bird bath at Quinta Mazatlan in the amount of $51,025.
Okay, and it was raised by the Friends?
By the Friends of
Correct.
Excellent.
Move to approve. Second.
So
All in
moved.
favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item C.
Thank
C is
you.
a award contract for various types of concrete service for the McAllen Metro sidewalk and bus stop improvements.
Mayor and Commission, the item discusses the consideration award of service contract for various types of concrete sidewalk items. After receiving 5 bids on April 4th, 2024, the Purchasing and Contracting Department highlights the 3 lowest responsive bids. Celso Gonzalez Construction, based in McAllen, Texas, submitted the lowest bid. The service contract encompasses concrete flatwork, sidewalk, driveways, and related items across the city and to be federally funded through the Federal Transit Administration. The recommendation from staff is to award the contract to Celso Gonzalez Construction for a 1-year term with a possibility of 2 additional years of renewal at the stated bid amount, and we open it up for any questions.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Item D.
Mayor, I'd like to pass on item D for this meeting and go to E.
Excellent. Do we need a table? Because actually I had a,
Yeah, we can table it.
yeah, do I have a motion to
Motion
table?
to table.
Second.
All in favor? Against? Motion carries. Item E.
E is consideration and authorization to negotiate scope of services and fee schedule for the top-ranked architectural firm for the public safety building evidence room storage.
The item is for the selection of a firm to engage in the contract negotiations for the design services of the McAllen Public Safety Building Evidence Room Storage. On April 11, 2024, the Purchasing and Contracting Department received a statement of qualification for the project focusing on the remodeling of the storage room under the parking garage ramp, spanning approximately 4,475 square feet, inclusive of waterproofing, small office area, HVAC, humidity control, and lighting. The top 3 ranked firms include Negrete Kohler, Milnet Architectural Services, and Sam Garcia. Staff recommends selecting the top ranked firm and seeks authorization to negotiate the scope and fee for the services. Additionally, if the negotiations with the recommended firm are unsuccessful, staff proposes with the city manager's approval to cease negotiations and commence with the next ranked firm on the list, and we open it up for any questions.
What's the estimated, not cost, but size?
The area is about 4,475 feet. It's not that big, but right now it's just cinder block. They would need to go in, waterproof this, get AC, lighting, whatever's needed for the evidence room.
Okay, any questions, comments?
Yeah, but the architectural, I don't think it's significant, is it? I mean, it needs to be done, and a competent, firm needs to do it. I'm just wondering, the grading, and it's only 3, and, how much work we've done and given to the top 2 firms, how much work, and have we done any work with the number 3 firm?
We had several years back given them the racetrack. This firm bowed out of that work. We didn't move forward with the racetrack or the dirt bike track. That was the last time they solicited that I can recall. But we open it up for your recommendation.
But we didn't go, as in the city commission did not at that time approve going forward with it, or what?
We approved the selection of Sam Garcia, approved the contract, and then he was either unwilling or unable to move forward.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Just want to spread some work around, but if,
And I truly appreciate, I always also want to spread, but I think we got to be careful about, I think we just went through the procurement with our city hall, and it's not a comfortable feeling when we try to get a little more involved, when generally the staff recommends, they do the approvals, not the approvals, but the recommendations at the very end, we can accept them or not. But I think they've done a pretty decent job throughout. Unless there's a specific reasons, I think we generally should kind of follow the recommendations.
well, I understand that, and I'm just saying, this isn't a masterpiece that needs to be created. We just need to be architecturally correct. And the other firms are doing work today and are going to be doing more work also, so. But whatever you choose.
What's the scope of the project? And I apologize, I didn't.
So
wasn't able
right
to-
now, there's just an empty shell under the parking garage. They'll go out, do the finish out. We'll have to have humidity control because this is an evidence room. We'll have to waterproof it. Currently, right now, it wasn't set up to be waterproof. So they'll have to go in and waterproof that, make sure that we don't have water infiltration.
We're not adding walls, we're not changing, we're not.
Not walls, we'll be extending some infrastructure. We'll be doing the finish out in the inside and then making sure that it's designed to handle the evidence per PD standards.
Okay.
It's $50,000, right?
That's the budget we're allocating for the design,
Just for design.
for design.
Yeah,
We will negotiate that with them, but that's just a budget number that the chief put together for us.
So they give us like a number of hours that they would, and then from there, they calculate or we calculate the amount that they'll actually be paid, right?
So correct. That's exactly, we'll sit down, they'll go through the level of effort, we'll review that.
Okay.
And then decide on their.
But if the
their
vast
scope.
majority of the stuff is not moving walls, electrical, any of the stuff, I mean, I think we should always try to do whatever we can in-house if possible.
Well, the max would be 50,000.
Yeah, I mean, is this out of in-house capacity?
So since it does have mechanical,
That's the
electrical
problem.
items, it is
It's
out of the
required.
scope of what we do. The waterproofing, it gets,
Don't the restrooms we do in-house?
we do that.
When we do that, it's usually a prefab.
Is it?
And right now with the services we have, we'll hire MEP services on the side. We'll do the cinder block, the basic outline, but
So
we
is
still have to
design-
bring in
does
the
this-
MEP.
Design would say that is usually 10% of the price. This is gonna be a $500,000 project for a little 400 square foot room?
That's the
4,000.
budget.
4,000.
4,000.
Yeah, but I run into those issues too, because you can build a nice house for 400,000. Even at
With
today's
everything.
prices.
With a pool.
Not if the city builds it.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. But that's the problem, statutorily, we still have to run through some loops. But, I mean, I think we need even though we have to, we also need to kind of kick back wherever we can and, you know.
Yeah,
try to
I
do
mean,
as
this
much
is
as
just a
possible.
type of project that we prefer not to. It's just not our expertise.
No.
And
Yeah.
we
It needs
accept
to
that.
be out.
And it could be less, I guess, right? But
It could be less.
it could be less.
Gotta hold the line on the cost.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 49,963.
Hopefully 30. No.
Oh, yeah, well, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All in favor? Against? Motion carries. Item 4A.
4A is the mid-year budget amendment for fiscal year 23-24.
That's what we heard during the workshop?
That was one item, Mayor. There's a few others. We'll go real quick.
Good evening, Mayor, City Commission, Management. Before you is a budget amendment for consideration and approval. This amendment is to recognize revenue adjustments of increases, decreases to sales tax, property tax, mixed beverages, franchise fees, developers fees, toll revenues, federal grants, developers contributions, other miscellaneous revenue, transfers out to the respective funds. The total for all funds revenue adjustments, it's $9,078,653. In addition, this amendment is to recognize expenditures for the design cost of a new animal shelter, land acquisition for Fire Station Number 4, increase in capital projects, rollover fire department equipment, airport and convention center additional personnel, golf course equipment, international relation operation expenditures, increase in health insurance cost, and transfers out to the respective funds. Total for all funds expenditures adjustments, it's $7,542,827. Allow me to bring you back to the general fund, where we have a total revenues of $3.6 million with a total expenditures of 2.1, giving us a net adjustment of $1.5 million. Staff recommends approval of budget amendment as presented.
Can you say that last part again, that 1.5 million? Is that, that's a plus number, right? I mean, is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is you have the revenues minus the expenditures adjustments, and you have a net on the plus side.
Oh, great, okay.
Net revenue for the general fund alone.
Okay.
Is
Yes.
1.6 million.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion
Thank
passes.
you.
Thank you, Andrew. Providing for an abandonment of a 20-foot alley measuring 20 by 300 feet out of lots 1 through 12, block 58, at 701 South 17th Street.
Yes, sir. So this property is located at the southwest corner of South 16th and Galveston. The applicant is requesting to abandon an unused alley that runs through the middle of the property, which is the Roosevelt Elementary Building. The abandonment is being requested in order to redevelop the property. Relevant city departments and utility companies were notified and received no opposition. However, MPU has requested a clean out outside, along Galveston rather. The applicant's okay with that. Staff recommends approval, again, conditioned on meeting MPU requirements.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
I abstain.
And one abstention.
5A is resolution authorizing the submission of a grant application to the Bureau of Reclamation, Planning, and Project Design for fiscal year '24.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem, City Commissioner, City Manager. McAllen Public Utility is requesting to submit a grant application for a maximum of $400,000 to the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. It does require City Commission approval for us to be able to apply. And this is for an elevated water tower at about Dove and Benson Road, a 1 million gallon elevated water tower.
And this item would usually go in consent, but I wanted the community to know of this project that the PUB is planning. Building a new water tower is a big deal, and so I just wanted to highlight that.
It is Benson and,
Dove?
and what? And Dove, yeah.
Right.
Right, a little west.
Correct. Just west of Benson on the south side of Dove. MPU has about a 1 acre tract of land. And we did have a town hall hearing, which Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Quintanilla was able to attend and explain that to the nearby residents.
And there's some existing water towers are planned for, I don't know, what would you call it, decommissioning or something?
Yes, here downtown.
Yes.
So that is planning to come down, to be decommissioned and taken down in fall of 2024.
Someone on Cedar?
Yes, the EOC.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you.
Says consideration of a variance request to the maximum cul-de-sac length requirement at 4101 Idela Avenue.
Sir, McAllen Nearshoring Industrial Park is a 15-lot industrial subdivision located on the southwest corner of Ware and Idela. It is zoned I-1 and surrounded by others. I-1 properties surrounding uses include single-family homes, industrial as well as commercial uses, and the IDEA School to the south. Project engineers requesting a variance to the 600 maximum length for a cul-de-sac since the land's characteristics and the industrial use necessitates the request for a more efficient industrial traffic flow. The variance was presented at the May 7th Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. It was unanimously recommended for approval. There are 3 options before you. Staff is recommending option 1.
Okay. Questions, comments?
I am abstaining.
Questions, comments?
What was staff's recommendation?
Option 1, which is approval.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve option 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
B is consideration of variance request for contractual agreement in lieu of providing escrow at 11201 North Moorfield Road.
Maybell Estates is a proposed one-lot residential development, around 2.9 acres. It is located on the west side of North Moorfield, approximately 550 feet south of Montecristo. It is located in the ETJ as well as all surrounding properties. Project engineer is requesting to waive the escrow and construction requirements for sidewalk along Moorfield, as there are no existing sidewalks and the required improvements would be 85 linear feet. Development team reviewed the request. There are no objections. 3 options before you. Staff recommends option 1, which is approval as requested.
Okay, motion to approve.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Immigration and respite report.
Honorable Mayor, Commissioners, the immigrant drop-off numbers have continued to slightly decrease over the last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, we had 1,307 drop-offs, and then last week, 1,243, which gives us an average of 183 per day over the last 2 weeks, down a little bit from the 6-week average of 190. Anza Duas Park currently has a population of under 100. We have a capacity now at Anza Duas Park of 250, and the ability to rapidly increase that size within a matter of minutes if we need to. And happy to answer any questions you may have.
Questions, comments? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Future agenda items. Future agenda items? If not, we'll recess into executive session.
Or not?
Well, we never
It's
fully
an agenda
recessed,
item,
did we?
so-
Agenda
Oh, we
item.
did. No, we never
Yeah,
recessed, okay, okay.
Go ahead. You have 3 minutes. Just name and address for the record, please. Who's experienced?
Welcome back.
Welcome back, thank you. Laurel McLeish, 701 South H Street in McAllen. Good afternoon, Mr. Mayor and members of City Commission. My name is Laurel McLeish, and I'm a resident of McAllen. I'm here today to comment on a matter that is listed under executive session. That is Section A, which is listed as consultation with city attorney regarding legal issues related to political action groups. While this issue is technically legal to be discussed in executive session, I argue that it violates the spirit of the law. At a time when the city of McAllen has so few people voting and being involved in civic activity, it does not look good to have a discussion behind closed doors regarding political action groups. I have an idea what this item may be in regards to, and if it is so, it is important that the citizens have an opportunity to hear both the pros and cons of the issue. You as a board, as a commission, have been so transparent on so many other issues, such as posting campaign finance reports before it was a requirement. And I hope that you will continue with this transparency. Thank you again, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Commission, for giving me the opportunity and the time to speak tonight.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
Thank you, Laura.
Now we'll recess into executive session. We're back from executive session. Council, what do we have?
Mayor, with respect to item 8A, I recommend the City Commission take no action. Likewise, with respect to item 8B, I recommend the City Commission take no action. Again, with item C, I recommend the City Commission take no action. With respect to item 7D1, I recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate the economic development incentives on the terms described in executive session.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Mayor, with respect to item 8D2, Commissioner Quintanilla abstained from participation in that item, and I do recommend that the City Commission consider a motion authorizing City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate the economic development incentives on the terms described in executive session.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
With respect to item 8D3, I also recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate the economic development incentives on the terms described in executive session.
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Mayor, with respect to item 8D4, I recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate economic development incentives on the terms described in executive session.
Move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
With respect to item 8E1, I recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing the City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate the sale of the real property described on the terms described in executive session to include the negotiation of a development agreement upon which the sale should be contingent.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
With respect to item 8E2, I recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate the terms for the sale or lease of the property described in executive session on the terms therein described.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
With respect to item 8E3, I recommend the City Commission consider a motion authorizing the City Manager and City Attorney negotiate the terms for resolution of the real estate matter described in executive session on the terms described therein.
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Mayor, with respect to items 8F and 8G, I recommend the City Commission take no action.
None taken. Is that it?
That's all, Mayor.
Okay, well, first of all, weather's getting pretty bad out there. Let's get home safely. There being no further business. this meeting is adjourned.
And happy birthday to
Oh,
Sebi.
my deepest apologies. We did. Sebi's birthday. And we usually announce in the beginning, and I missed it for whatever reason. Happy birthday, Sebi.
Happy birthday, bro.
Are we adjourned?
We are.
Regular City Commission meetings are held on the second and fourth Monday of each month. Meetings are rebroadcast on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on the McAllen Cable Network.